Hey, it's those Utah sisters, and in this video, we are explaining Battleship. Most of you have hopefully played the common board game Battleship before. It's a very fun one. We're going to explain how we play it in our classroom and provide you with a free template that auto-generates a second board for you. It's literally amazing. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to right-click on this Battleship template. You're going to click Open Link in a new tab. So it's going to open you to this lovely screen, probably right here is what you're going to see. Again, we created this in Excel, not in whatever this is, like Google Excel. So you need to download it first. You'll notice that this says view only. It won't even allow you to edit it because if we gave everybody the power to edit the original, it would create mass chaos. So you're just going to click File, create a copy, download a copy to your computer. Once you download it, it should give you the Excel version, which is definitely what you need to be able to use the game. Okay, I'm going to quickly explain the directions and then we'll come back to the coding here in a second. So you're going to divide your class in half. All students need to pair up. They'll be playing Battleship against their partner and they should sit across from that person. Have everybody start by folding their game board in half hamburger style. I have a picture of a class one right here. So they just fold their paper straight down the middle and stand up kind of like a game board, just like this. Then as a class, you're going to encourage all your students to hide their ships before starting. So you'll say, okay, everybody look at the top half of your board. Top half of your board. You need to hide your ships. You need to hide a 4 in a row. 4 in a rows can go left to right or up and down, but no ships can go diagonal. So if you see in this example, the student hid theirs right here. Then they need to hide a 1 3 in a row. So the student hid theirs up and down right here. And then 2 2 in a rows right here and right here. And it says that at the top of their game board as well. We tell them to hide it very gently with like a pencil or something. We don't shade in the entire box or their partner can see through the paper and will be able to see where their ships are. So just use a light colored pencil or their regular pencil and hide all of their ships on the top half of their board. Then, once everyone has hidden their ships, the game can begin. So the game does not work in turns. Everybody just plays at their own speed, and you're constantly trying to attack your partner's game board and find their ships. You start by picking a question off the bottom half of your board. So anywhere down here, you pick a question. This student chose D4, it looks like first. You solve the question D4. When you think you have it correct, you're going to say neighbor or partner or whatever their name is. Box D4. I am going to read the answer to my question right here. My neighbor is going to look at the top half of their board where their ships are, and they're going to look at their D4. Let's say I got the answer 7. I would say 7. If the box on the top half of their sheet, their neighbor sheet, says 7, that means I got the correct answer because my neighbor has my answers and I have my neighbor's answers right here, but they are two separate game boards, so they are not the same. So my neighbor looks at D4. If I get it correct, they say correct, and then they must say hit or miss, telling me if I hit or miss one of their ships. If I am incorrect, they just tell me you're wrong or you're incorrect, and then I need to try the problem again before I get any information about that box. So we just keep answering questions. We solve at our own pace. When we're ready to attack our neighbor's ship, we just attack. It doesn't alternate turns. And then once someone has hit all the boxes in a ship, my neighbor should tell me, like, oh, you just sunk my ship. And I would write that down. And they just keep track on their own paper. So they would write like hit or miss, hit, whatever. And if they sunk a ship, they could like cross them out and write sunk or something. The game ends when someone has sunk all of their partnerships or when the time runs out, just depending on your class schedule. Whoever hit the most of their neighbor's ships wins. If it ends in a tie, I say, okay, you have to have the most hits and you have to sunk more ships than your neighbor did. And then that's the end of the game. Really cool, really easy, very simple to play. Now, the really cool part about this is our coding template that we're providing for you. So again, you just have to download this and you have it on your computer to use as many times as you want. This first page gives you instructions. It says you're going to type all of your questions in these boxes right here, and then you'll type the corresponding answers in these boxes right here. You should not be touching these ones over here or these ones right here. These will auto-populate because we have pre-coded the template. So if you go into this, let's say I'm going to type who as my question because that's what I'm typing. If you notice on my partner's board, it auto-generates to C3. The question C3 is who, but on my board, it's A1. I would type the corresponding answer. So I'm just going to write me because this is fake. So on my neighbor's board, A1 is me because that's the answer to who. But on my board, me is the answer to C3 because that's my neighbor's board's question. So it's really cool. You're, again, just going to type all of these. Like I'm just going to type like B, C, D, and you'll notice that my neighbor's board will just start auto-populating those questions. When I type the corresponding answers, it will also auto-populate. So really fantastic, pre-coded for you to do that. We do also have a 3-person template in case you have an odd number. You would just type all of your questions here, all of your answers here, and the other people's boards will just auto-populate the same way. So again, if I type who, on my board it's A1, on person B boards it's A4, on person C board it's A2, and then if I typed like me, that would auto-populate A4, A2, A1. So fantastic. Just to keep track of things, it does tell them, like if I'm this person, you are attacking partner B, and it's labeled right here for you. So this person attacks this person ships, this person attacks this person ships, this person attacks this person ship, and it says that on the papers. You would just go to File, Print, and it just prints them out for you, and it tells them who to attack, and everything is on there for you. So nice and easy. Just as a general tip, if you are playing this game, we found it a lot easier if you print all of partner A board on like one color, like let's say blue, and then all of partner B on a different color, because it makes it a lot easier to pass them out and keep track of who is who. And make sure you have all of partner A sit on one side of the classroom and partner B sit on the other, so they can't just look at their neighbor's paper and see all of their answers. But otherwise, the game is so much fun. It kind of self-grades for them. It's very engaging, very entertaining, and there you go. If you give this a try in your classroom, be sure to tag us at those Utah Sisters.